everybody. This is Jeff, the business guru, coming to you from downtown Manila. And I've done this podcast for a long, long time, guys. But today I've got a super interesting guest that you're going to want to know more about. And in fact, if you want to know more, reach out, have a virtual cup of coffee. Remember, a virtual cup of coffee costs you nothing. And think what you might learn. I've had a chat to this guest already, and I've learned a few things already. It's only been 5 minutes. But my guest today is a lovely lady by the name of Gail Marie Beckman. And her current role is owner. She's a solopreneur. She'll tell you more about that later. Her company is Custom Crosswords More, and she'll even tell you what the more is as well. She's industry writer of word puzzles. She's only done this for a short time. She's still learning. She's done this for a mere 34 years. Imagine how many puzzles she's done, guys. It wouldn't be able to put much over this woman. She's seen and done it all, right? Brief description. I show people all the ways they can puzzle others with a custom crossword or word search. Key achievements for projects. Over the years, my business has attracted corporate clients in the US, such as Purina, Ladies Pro Golf, and Johns Hopkins. But my key achievements would be when I was able to help a gentleman from New York, I love this one, take his relationship to the next level by writing a crossword puzzle all about his girlfriend's life. And the last four answers were will, and then EWU, you, and then the name, Mary, and me. So he had her read the bottom line, and she answered with the three letters YES. Very romantic. And don't forget, guys, Valentine's Day is only around the corner. So reach out and get that puzzle happening. Personal motto philosophy, I'm all about creating fun and games in other people's lives. And guys, if it's not fun, don't do it. If you're not having fun, why not? Personal motto, we said that. Interesting fact about yourself, I had my website, customcrosswords.com, since 1991, when friends and family and what I call know-alls and business associates were saying, this World Wide Web thing is never going to work. And here I am, still promoting it all over the world, 34 years later. And her contact details are going to be in the chat. It's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Gail Marie Beckman. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, you're most welcome. Now I'm going to find my paperwork. I'm disorganized today. Here we go. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to do all these things all those years ago. What was the catalyst? How did it all begin?
Well, I've been a spelling fanatic since I was a child, I must say. I couldn't believe a book would have a spelling error in it because I knew someone got paid to proofread. But the biggest deal was when I worked for cable television in the 80s. And that's when movie channels were first being added and that kind of thing. So we had installers and technicians that would spell cable CABEL on the work orders. And I thought it gave the company a bad reflection. So I created my first crossword on cable TV technical terms because you had to spell right to finish a crossword. And it went to 13 other cable companies I was affiliated with throughout the States. And someone came to me and said, can you write one about my dad? And that's kind of where it all started.
Wow, so a nice accidental start. Very nice.
Yep.
Tell us, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how do you overcome that?
I would say learning the hard way that you can't trust people to pay you after you write a puzzle. Sometimes I had a couple magazine accounts. One was a religious magazine of all things, and one was a food magazine. The religious magazine was in Indiana, and the food magazine was in London. And I provided crosswords, and like they paid for a couple and then quit paying. And once you write a custom puzzle for someone, you can't resell it somewhere else. So I learned to get advance payment on the majority of the work I do.
Well, what I'd say about that, in God we trust, everybody else must pay cash.
There you go. Okay, I like
that's got to be your new mantra. Tell us an important moment in your career where you pivoted and changed direction. What happened?
Well, a big deal for me was I was creating puzzle books, like word search puzzle books about different areas, like a town or a city. And the last one I'd written in 2004, 2005 was all about Las Vegas. And the reason is if a business goes away, a crossword's not going to work anymore, but a word search still will. There's still things you can find. You can find the answers. Regardless, the biggest deal was when you produce a puzzle book or a book of any kind, it used to be you had to print 10,000 or more to get a good deal on it and resell them all. Well, print on demand was a big changer for me. So through a company called Barnes and Noble here in the States, you can do a print on demand puzzle book. And I've already got 3 subject puzzle books with puzzles I created over the years for magazines, and I keep the copyright. So I've been assembling them, and I've got my 4th one coming out in February, and the 5th one I'll be doing is all music and song. So I just enjoy putting them together. So that was great to be able to do print on demand.
Yeah, I was just thinking that while you were talking. I think you're probably, when you think about it, you're probably you're probably the world's most authoritative person on puzzles. You know, I don't know anyone. 34 years of the same thing. I mean, that's pretty amazing, and it's pretty unique, right? So it's pretty amazing.
I want to approach people about called Crossword Writing for Dummies. I'm going to see if I can get in the For Dummies series.
Absolutely. Tell me, in your opinion, what have been the key qualities and skills that have helped contribute to your amazing success?
Well, I would say that I just love to learn new things, and you don't know what's coming at you that you have to learn all about and learn how to spell things properly in that subject. It just keeps my mind sharp too, because I handwrite all the puzzles to this day with graph paper and pencil. So a crossword, it'll be my sense of satisfaction and my finishing a puzzle, you know, and going off into this journey of somebody's life or a business's products and services is what gets me, keeps my mind sharp, staving off dementia, hopefully.
Yeah, tell me, you must wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and think, oh, I've got an idea for a puzzle.
That does happen, yeah. Sometimes that happens. I try to let the ideas come to me when people are ready to buy.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, very much so. Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your amazing field? What's the secret there?
The best part of my job is I never know each week what my subjects will be, what puzzle will come. So toward the end of last year, all 3 were in January, I had 3 businesses I would never think to promote to. One was a tree trimmer in Las Vegas. He wanted his current clients to know his added features and benefits like tree assessment and such. And I had a hairdresser ask for one. Also someone who does pre-planning for funerals. And her purpose was that people would pay for their own funerals so their family wouldn't have to, and they'd set up a plan. But while she's keying in all the information into the computer, she called it dead air. So we did a word search puzzle just showing that she's offered headstones and engraving, and there were more services they could think about and work a puzzle while she was doing their information. So not people I would think, oh, they need a puzzle, yes. But they came to me to speak.
Pretty unique. And like me, Gail, you haven't got a job, my friend. You've got a passion. And when you've got a passion, you don't work. You just enjoy getting up, and like me, you don't know what's around the corner the next day, who you're going to be talking to, what you're going to be developing, and you've got the mindset for it. So it's fantastic. You're a very fortunate woman. Tell us about a recent project or achievement, apart from the one, the romantic one. Tell us another one that you're quite proud of.
Well, I could tell you the most unusual one I wrote was for Johns Hopkins website. They're medical professionals in the States, and they do a lot of research. They asked for a crossword puzzle all about gastrointestinal diseases. Oh. And I created it for them, but I've never had anyone ask again for that puzzle.
I imagine you're pretty proud of your books as well. That's a pretty cool achievement, my friend. Tell me, we're coming along now to your daughter, a niece, a 20-year-old comes to you and says, hey, I've just left school. What should I do with myself? What would your advice be?
And meaning if they're thinking of becoming a cruciverbalist like me? Well, they must be able to spell, and they must enjoy learning new things if they want to do custom writing of puzzles. And they have to figure out who the audience is. Sometimes you'll have a magazine say that my people in the back of the house at my food service place have a 7th to 8th grade education, write crosswords on food and target that audience. So you'd really have to know what you're doing in all different phases of it, but I can teach them.
Yeah. I'd add to that and say, reach out to someone like you, get a mentor, get someone who's already goes on the journey where you want to go. And you can, I kid you not, guys, you can save years and years off the journey. Because there's an old saying, and this cost me $20,000 to learn this from a business coach. And it was this: you don't know what you don't know. And even though I paid $20,000 for it at the time, now I value it at millions because it's made me a lot of money because it always keeps me grounded. It keeps me very grounded. Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? 34 years with another 16 to go to hit the big 50. So what's your goals and aspirations for the future, Gail?
Well, I see travel in my future where I convince a city or town to commission me to put together an entire puzzle book. It may be one about their museum, one about all their different local attractions, and then actually go visit those places. So get around and write puzzle books for attractions, for tourism, and continue to do the puzzle books because that's something that's a passive income that I can leave for my 2 kids.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's, when you think about it, that's a pretty broad audience, and once you got it rolling, and once you had a few under your belt like that, I can see the possibilities are endless. Yes. Tell me, how can our listeners reach out and find out more about your amazing work? What's the best way to connect with you? Are you happy for people to reach out and have a chat to you about what you do?
Sure, yes. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I have my email is happeningsmedia@gmail.com. And anytime, any questions, I'm here to assist you to puzzle.
And don't forget, guys, 15 minutes of fame, you can see it's like talking to a friend. It's all about you. And I want you to think about this for a moment. If you did a TV commercial like this, it'd cost you over $20,000, and people would jump up, go and grab a beer, grab a hot dog, or go to the toilet and miss the whole darn thing. If you did 10 radio spots to promote yourself, that's fine. The radio station will play them as they promised you, usually at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning when people are asleep. Come on 15 minutes of fame, and we'll put you across, as we said earlier, we'll put you across Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook, our Facebook group of 6,500 entrepreneurs, and YouTube, and our latest one, School, with all your social media links, potentially putting you in front of hundreds of prospects. And you do exactly the same thing at your end, and you can't help but be successful. So it's a great way. Now, we're about to wrap it up, but before we do that, Gail, we can't let you go without you telling us another fun fact about yourself, this time something that most people don't know.
Well, I met my husband in Las Vegas in 2011 through stand-up comedy. I was performing stand-up, my 5th show at Tommy Rocker's in Vegas, and he had begun stand-up 3 months before I had to get over his fear of public speaking. So we met. He's a medical massage therapist, so I married quite well.
Yeah. And I was going to say, he's probably the only one that laughed at your jokes, and that's why you got on so well.
Yeah.
That's a great backstory, my friend. We're gonna wrap it up now. Any last words, Gail, for your audience out there?
Just think of puzzles. But I know that people do puzzles for an escape at times. They'll sit back in an easy chair and write it out, and the sense of satisfaction of finishing one. But consider something a crossword all about grandma for her whole life and something she's never received before. It could be such a unique item for somebody that they may really appreciate. So.
Yeah, and you guys keep that in mind about Valentine's Day is coming up. You've still got time to do a puzzle for your special person in your life. Thanks very much for being on the show, Gail. It's been awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.